Hi, my name is Maisie and I'm here with a video of my top 5 photography apps for Android, so stay tuned. Okay, so the first app I'll be showing you is called SketchGUru. It's free, and what you do is it actually transforms any of your photos into a really cool sketch. So, you can either take a photo from your camera or import from your camera roll or gallery. Okay, so I'm going to choose from this album, and we're going to choose a photo that would look kind of nice as a sketch. So we're going to choose this guitar photo that I took earlier, and you can crop the photo however you'd like. You can choose the orientation as well. There you go. And then we click the check button. You can choose all these different effects. So if we try, not really sure to pronounce that, gouge, it will transform it. So if we use gouge, we get this kind of smooth effect on the photo. So then if we choose pencil sketch, we get this kind of cool little thing where it looks like it's kind of drawn. And then we can do color pencil, which is the same thing, but it's actually in color instead of black and white. And then we have color pencil 2. And you just have like a whole array of different things that you can choose from blur, which we can see there, which is kind of cool. Gives it like a pastel kind of look. And we can choose blackboard color. All of them look pretty cool, so you can look through it, and you can also share them, save them, and share them with all your favorite social networks. The next app on my list for photography apps is called Pixlr Express. It is one of my favorite apps in the Google Play Store, and the reasons for that are that it is such a great photo editor. Like, you can do so many different things that I never even thought you could do on a phone. So we are going to start with adjustments. So with adjustment, you have tons of different things you can do with your photos. So you have focal blur, touch up, whiten, red eye, denoise, color splash, sharpen, crop, rotate, all different stuff. And so if we wanted to do focal blur, you could choose the focus point. You could extend how much blur you want to add with the sliders, and you can use linear focus. And with S Pen, it's actually really great because then you can kind of manipulate the photo even more, especially with color splash. So if you wanted to use the brush, it's easier to paint on the effects instead of using your finger. And you can zoom in by tapping. So next, if we want to keep going, we can go to effects. So we have soft, subtle, too old, unicolor, and then we have this really cool creative. It turns your photos into 4 different ones. And you can also have this, which I kind of think is really cool. You can do that, like a muted color, and then different parts of the photo are kind of brought out in these 4 boxes below. We can go to overlay. Overlay, you can add all these different effects. You kind of have to download them, but you can use them when you're offline once you do. We could do flame. And then if you click flame or fire, it kind of adds that cool effect around it. Not that realistic for photos, I guess, for this type of photo. And then we have frames, of course, which you can add just by tapping. See, it's downloading it, so it'll take a little bit of time. But in no time, you'll have a really cool frame. So you can click on it, and then it'll add some simple frames that you can use for your photos. So you can click apply and everything. And then after that, you can choose to close the photo, undo what you've done, or you could save it to your camera roll, share it to your other social networks. So this is a really great app. I would recommend getting it. So the next app I'll be showing you is one that I really recommend for post-editing. So this one's called AfterFocus. It's also free in the Google Play Store, and it's really simple to use. So we're going to select a photo again, photography, and then we're going to use photo. So a prompt will pop up and will say, which method do you prefer to select the focus area? So I'm going to choose, you could use smart, so it would automatically choose what the focus area would be, but I'm going to choose manual just to show you guys what this app is capable of. So it will give you little instructions, and you can always make them go away if you don't want to see them anymore. So it's very easy to use. So all you have to do is you're going to use your S Pen or your finger and just color in the areas you want to be the most in focus. It can be sloppy because it does a pretty good job of fixing it up. And then we can click mid, which is it's going to be slightly in focus, but it's not going to be clear. It's not going to be in focus, but it's not going to be completely out of focus. And then we can zoom in if we want. Zoom in with 2 fingers to get a better idea of where we want our focus to be. The brush, if you want to add like the brush size a little bit to make it a little bit bigger. So then we're going to click the arrow button and it will show you. And you can blur it. You can use the lens blur to control how much blur you actually want. And then if you were taking sports photos, you could actually have this really cool effect where you'd have somebody, for example, running, and in the background would be kind of blurry but kind of jagged. You can also choose bokeh in the background. Can't really see it with this, but it's pretty cool when you take shots of like lights. So you can also add filters, your typical filters, black and white, sepia, so you got vintage, all these kind of cool things. You can always edit them later in Pixlr Express if you want, for example, or even Instagram. So other things you can do is vignetting, color masks, stickers. So the next step I'm going to show you is one that's a little bit sillier. It's kind of just for fun. It's not really for photo editing. So it's called Pho.to Lab. So I guess you could pronounce it Pho.to Lab. But it's a free app. You can get the pro version for, I believe, 99 cents. I'll put it in the description box below, and the rest of them as well. And basically it comes with tons of different effects like that you can add on your photos. Like if we go to magazine covers, it's basically putting your photos on different things like magazines, reflection on water. It's kind of cool. So if you wanted to do People magazine, you could do from gallery again, and I'll use my sister's photo. So there you go. You can process it. And then you can see that she's on the magazine cover, and it's kind of cool just to play around with your friends. And then other things you can do are celebrity collages. You could have paintings, your face on paintings, you with your favorite celebrity, frames, background effects, man to animal montages. But that's with the pro version. Monsters, you can make yourself look kind of weird with like different masks. So it's a really cool app. I would recommend checking it out. Another app that I'll be showing you is called Cymera, and it's basically just another photo editor that you guys might like. So this photo editor is really cool. It loads and opens up the camera immediately, and I like this because you can zoom in by sliding this. So if we wanted to like put our Nikon cap here, tap to focus just by tapping, zoom in, tap to focus again. And it's just kind of cool because it kind of gives you that feeling of having a DSLR, although not really. So if we take a photo of our Nikon cap, just for the fun of it. There you go, took the photo. And then you can do many different things like decorating it. So we have the thickness of the brush, we can select everything we want, we can draw all over it if we want, so high. And then filters, you've got blur again, so we can extend the blur, how much we could change the lighting, vignetting, so we're just playing around, I'm not really editing it, but filter, all these different things, so it's kind of cool. Then for beauty, if you're taking photos of actual people, it can change them into different expressions like big eyes, smile, slim, liquefy. And then editing, you could crop, rotate, straighten, all that stuff. Correcting, like with the brightness, contrast, saturation. Change that up. Again, you can save the photo, take another photo. You can share it on their program called Cyworld if you want, and it's just a really cool photo editing app that I think you guys would like. Thank you for watching this video on my top 5 photography apps, so let me know if you want more of these and I'll definitely be posting more in the future. Alright, thanks.